I have about a 50-50 chance of taking a sting with a flying bullet ant. On 3. 1, 2, 3. There's something in my...
A part of this video is sponsored by Dr. Squatch.
All right, last night, something completely unexpected happened. Right now, we're in Costa Rica filming the bullet ant sting versus the leafcutter ant bite showdown, which, by the way, ouch, it hasn't even been 24 hours since I endured the carnage that was 60 seconds of being stung by a bullet ant. I mean, I got annihilated. I am still in excruciating pain right now, but here at our lodge, we saw something that we didn't even think existed. Let me ask you a question. What is worse than a bullet ant with one of the most painful stings in the world? The answer? A bullet ant that can fly. That's right, bullet ants have wings.
Mark, come here.
What is it?
Dude, there's a bug on the wall here. It looks like a bullet ant, but
got a light?
It has wings on it.
You shine your light like right on it? What?
Dude, that is a bullet ant with wings.
It has wings.
No way.
Let me get a net. Let's see if I can. Got it.
Got it. There it is. Yeah, it's in the net.
Oh, it's getting away. It's getting away. It's getting away. Ah!
We go.
Whoa. All right, hang on. Holy cow. No way.
Did you know they could fly?
I didn't know they could have wings at all. Let's get a closer look at it.
In all of our adventures into the rainforest, we have never seen anything like this. The Brave Wilderness channel has a long and painful history with the bullet ant, because these ants possess one of the most painful stings on the entire planet. And that's not just of all ants, of all insects. From a single jab to a full minute of being pumped with their legendary venom, we've experienced firsthand just how excruciating their sting can be. However, these insects won't sting unless provoked, and we've learned that from sticking our hand into a box full of them. As it turns out, they only sting to protect themselves and their underground colony from danger. But until this particular adventure, we had no idea that bullet ants could take to the sky.
But now let's get to the question that I know you're all wondering. Sure, bullet ants have wings, but can they sting? Can a winged bullet ant sting with the power and might of the bullet ant that we all know so well? Well, that's what we're here today to find out. I am prepared to take yet another sting test to see if the winged bullet ant is something that we all need to be concerned of. But before we do that, let's take a side-by-side comparison of both of these ants. Colorations, proportions, they look nearly identical. I mean, maybe, and just maybe, the winged bullet ant is a little bit bigger. But outside of that, the only major difference that I can see is just behind the head. On the wingless bullet ant, you've got a couple of spikes, a couple of nodules right behind the head on that middle part. On the winged bullet ant, you have more of a hunch or a hump. I'm guessing that's where all the wing mechanics are contained that enable this ant to fly. But before we get to the sting, let's discuss why ants have wings in the first place.
In order for ants to start a new colony, like bees, they have to swarm. This occurs when colonies start to produce offspring that have wings, which of course can be either male or female, with the females being future queens. When a future queen flies away from the colony, she's in search of a winged male from another, and hope that they can join forces in starting the next generation of bullet ants. After they mate, the male unfortunately dies, while the female sheds her wings and searches on the ground for a good spot to start her new brood. Once she starts her nest, her stinger actually turns into an ovipositor, which she uses to lay eggs. She then exclusively produces female worker ants until the colony grows large enough to need to expand again. It's these workers who are tasked with the digging of tunnels, caring for young, and defending the colony with their legendary sting. All this to say, it's only the female ants that have stingers.
With that being said, I have about a 50-50 chance of actually taking another sting in this video. It's time to get down to business. It's time to find out if this flying bullet ant can sting. Here we go. Let's see if we can grab hold without it flying away. I know I say this all the time with ants, but it's unbelievable how strong they are. Oh no, 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 don't fly, don't fly, don't fly. Oh no. angry. This bullet ant does not want to be in these forceps. Okay, I got a good hold. All right, here we go. Oh, I was afraid we're gonna lose our flying bullet ant. They have wings for a reason. Got that shot?
Got it.
All right, here we go. I'm Mark Vins, and I'm about to enter the sting zone with a flying bullet ant. On 3. 1, 2, 3. I can't feel it. There's something in my. Oh yeah, stinger's in. Stinger's in. Yep, it's a queen. Oh, do you see the stinger in there? Definitely a queen. Got a young queen. Definitely not a male.
What's that feel like?
Burns. All right. Definitely not doing it for 60 seconds again. Yeah. Whew, man. Whew.
You all right, Mark?
Yeah. Huh. I tell you what, that burns, but not as bad, oddly enough. Definitely not as bad as yesterday. Let me put her back in the container. Thank you. Oh, man. Definitely a female, for sure. You could see there's already raised. I could feel the burning. There's already some raised, but not as bad. There's some marks there, but gonna have to give it a little bit to see if the venom really kicks in. I mean, clearly that's what the bullet ant looked like from yesterday. That is just over 24 hours. You can see just how swollen my arm is from yesterday, and it's hot and tight. It's almost like swelling up like a hot dog about to explode. But yeah, you can see right there, you see that? We definitely have some sting marks, but a much more mild venom. Like significantly less painful. I wouldn't recommend doing it. Don't get me wrong, this isn't good. It's not enjoyable, but it is certainly not as painful as the bullet ant we all know. So I have to wonder, why would the flying bullet ant sting be less potent than that of a wingless bullet ant? And if I had to guess, it's because this is a young queen. They're both females, but this young queen is destined to eventually lay eggs, meaning that stinger is meant to actually evolve into a device to reproduce and create the next bullet ants. Where this bullet ant is only meant to defend. That means that stinger needs to inflict as much pain as possible.
One of these animals is the ferocious spitting cobra. This snake is famous worldwide for its ability to shoot projectile venom from their fangs, blinding their victims, which only adds to the stress of being in such a deserted location.
There hasn't been a guest here for years, and the jungle surrounding it is starting to reclaim this entire mountaintop resort back into the wild.
Look at this place. There had to have been millions and millions of dollars put into this resort. It's enormous, and our first encounter is about to begin.
Oh, whoa! It's spiky. What is that? This is a longhorn beetle, but I have never seen or heard of one that looks like this. Just thorned me. Oh geez, he's trying to bite me. Ah! Oh jeez, he's sharp and he's strong. Oh no! Ah! Get off! It's got me. It's so strong, guys. He has like bolt cutters, and I don't think this insect would have any problem just slicing right through your skin. See how the head goes down? It's a very flat face, almost like a bull. A lot of the longhorn beetles have a head that sticks straight out, like a typical beetle. This almost looks like it's wearing a mask. This insect is super bizarre. It like plays dead. It is very much alive, and it can, without warning, spring into action. Very sharp spikes on both sides of its neck. Yeah, that could puncture your skin. Velvety fuzz lining both of the horns. You wanna see the power of those jaws? Oh my gosh, locked in. Ow, 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 ow. Okay, I'm done with this one. Let's put it back.
We only just got here and already discovered a creepy looking longhorn beetle. Who knows what other creatures and eerie things await us as we continue to search. So let's see what the rest of this abandoned hotel has to offer.
The only question is, will we find gold or terror?
We could find all kinds of crazy stuff. I mean, we are in the epicenter of bizarre animals here in Borneo. Kind of a post-apocalyptic scene. I mean, look at this, look at this stuff, guys. Those trucks are drivable. They clearly have not been driven in a long time. I mean, look at this. There's like stuff growing out of them. Plants are rooted in the back, and there are so many golf carts back here.
It'd be difficult to search this resort by ourselves. That's why we brought reptile expert Lockie Gilding to join our expedition. We're going to explore inside this abandoned hotel, and after the sun goes down, we'll explore the rest of the compound.
Oh boy, this is like the opening scene to a horror movie. Whenever the people running this place left, it's like they left in a hurry. What do you think, Lockie? Can we find some snakes in here?
I reckon so. If we can't find them here, we can't find them anywhere. Question is where you start. They've left everything. There's still drinks. There's drinks everywhere.
Bats. Got bats right here. Bunch of bats. Lots of bats overhead. Is there 10?
2 young ones squished in the middle.
They've been doing their thing. Look at, guys, they left everything. They left it all. Who leaves a place with this much stuff behind?
It wasn't a little resort either. This is a high end.
There's a golf course. Oh, look at that. There's even a heliport. This place is like Jurassic Park after they fled the island. Oh. Wasp nests and a bunch of rocks. We're trying to figure out why everybody left this place. This is Malaysian Flower Show, 2001. Unbelievable that somebody just left it, that everybody just left it. There's like homes all around this community that are like vacant. All right, keep an eye out for bats. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, man. Wasn't that door closed, Lockie?
But we could hear something in here.
There's running water.
Could just be somebody stowing away in here. It's definitely vacant.
That's recent trash. There's definitely people squatting in here.
There must have been a leak. Old sauna. This must have been the spa.
That's gotta be the closest you could ever be to a zombie apocalypse.
It makes no sense. It's a really incredible spot, and these homes are awesome.
How could you leave something like this? They're not small houses. They're mansions. Let's be honest, these are mansions.
Borneo at night is when the jungle comes alive. Abandoned resort is creepy during the day, even scarier at night. Oh my gosh. Look at this caterpillar. Oh wow. Very fuzzy. That is one wild caterpillar. What a hairdo. And it looks like one that would give you a pretty good sting. I'm not sure if this is one of those species, but there's always a good way to find out. I'm Mark Vins, and I'm about to enter the sting zone with this super fuzzy caterpillar. Well, maybe the sting zone. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Nope, it's just a fuzzy little caterpillar. Well, maybe not so little.
Let's put it back and keep on our search. Now that it's nighttime, we have a better chance of finding our spitting cobra.
Everywhere through Asia has these big drainage channels. Because it gets so wet in this part of the world, they need to have these big drainage channels to keep the road clear, and it works out big time in our favor.
These ditches are like highways for wildlife.
Whoa! You know what this is? Is that marble? A gigantic roly-poly, a pill bug. It has like tiger stripes, but it is completely tucked in. That's the biggest one I've ever seen. That's a whopper. I don't think it's gonna come out to say hi to us today, unfortunately. I know with larger pill bugs, but once they're locked in like that, completely tucked, they just don't uncoil. Bye, buddy.
Okay, cool. This storm is getting worse. It's already pouring out and visibility is becoming a major problem. If any creature were to sneak up on us, we might be at risk.
Oh. Oh, wow. This one might be even stranger than the one we saw earlier today. Look at those horns. This is another species of longhorn beetle. Look at that. It has like antlers. I've never seen a beetle with antenna like this. And it wants to bite me big time, so I'm gonna hold it right there. But look at those. They're like thorns. Andrew, you gotta stick your finger out and touch those antennae. Try not to get bit.
Kind of spiky.
They're very sharp. I have no idea why it would have antenna like that. It almost makes me feel like it uses them maybe for sparring with other males. Maybe this is a male. And this one does not have a broad face like the one from earlier. This one's face is more traditional. It's more like forward. Let's test the bite. Chomp, chomp. Just, I mean, bolt cutters. These longhorn beetle here in Borneo have the most incredible jaws. If I were to take a bite, it would be instantly through my skin. I'm gonna keep my fingers clear of those jaws. I'm not sure how much more rain we can take. Oh man, that is some soggy golf course.
All these little creatures are perfect food for snakes, like the spitting cobra. I have a feeling we might be getting close.
We need to be careful. They can camouflage into the environment perfectly.
This is the perfect habitat for one of these snakes, especially since humans never come here anymore. But check this out, more snake food.
A leaf-nosed horned frog.
Distinguished.
How cool is that? It was out here just in the grass. Look at that face. You are too cool.
Snake! Got a snake!
You got a snake?
It's a cobra!
It's a cobra?
Cobra!
Whoa!
You gotta try and get it out. Just careful, careful, it's a spitting cobra.
Oh,
I need to put it down for a second, get some. Have you got glasses?
yeah, I do.
All right,
Glasses on.
cameras stay back a couple of meters. These guys have a decent spit on them.
There it is, the Sumatran spitting cobra. Watch your eyes, guys. It could spit venom at any moment.
Wow.
The idea with these guys is just keep your movements very slow. Any quick movement will get them spitting. If you leave a bit of body on the ground, they're focused on getting away. As soon as you pull them up off, oh, he's gonna spit. As soon as you pull them up off the ground, then they're more worried about coming up because they can't see the ground anymore.
Lockie, how serious is the spit from this cobra? Is the spit venom?
Yes, when they spit, they are spitting venom. All right, so what they're doing is they're constricting the muscles around their venom glands whilst opening their mouth, that venom shooting out of the fangs and potentially into the eyes. So if we talk about danger of spitting,
What? That just happened. We almost got struck by lightning. Should we go under that roof?
all right, let's get under the roof. Do you want me to move him?
I'll move. I'm used to handling pit vipers. Being from the United States, we don't have a lot of elapids. The spit from these cobras, it is venom.
If you get it on your skin, it's fine, you can wash it off. Where it becomes really dangerous is, one, if you get it in your eyes, it can cause blindness. You would need to wash it out very, very thoroughly and very quickly. He can actually spit venom over 2 meters, and a bite from this snake can be life-threatening.
The chances of you encountering one of these and getting spit in your eyes is actually really high.
It is, they actually have incredible aim.
They're aiming for the eyes and the face.
That's right.
It's definitely getting defensive. Look at that. It's getting ready to spit.
A second thing that you really need to worry about is that venom getting into an open wound. You can get what we call a secondary envenomation, okay, and that can be quite dangerous. You can start getting the same symptoms as you would if you had a bite itself.
What if you get it in your mouth?
That's actually interesting. That's the difference between venom and poison. This is a venomous animal. Venom has to be injected to be dangerous, and poison has to be ingested. If you got venom from this animal in your mouth, and you essentially drank it, stomach acid would break it down immediately. You would not have any long-term effects whatsoever. It would taste probably pretty bad, but that's about it, okay? Now, if you had an ulcer or a cut in your mouth, you bit your lip, you bit your tongue, and the venom comes into contact with that, well, that then goes back to what we were just saying about coming into an open wound. It's incredibly important that if you were bitten by any species of cobra, including this one, that you get to hospital care immediately. Not a great deal is known, unfortunately. You know, places like Southeast Asia, a lot of the species are understudied. They're still capable of giving a fatal bite. That's really what you're looking at. The thing that people don't realize is not all cobras will hood up straight away. This animal here, very calm, very relaxed, but as soon as there's movement in front of him, he will start to stand up and he will start to flare out. Without that movement, he's not too worried. This individual here is a perfect example of a snake that wants absolutely nothing to do with us. He's not hooding up, he's not spraying venom, he's not trying to bite. This is a younger animal. This species doesn't get overly large, but they can still get over 4 to 5 feet and much thicker than this individual here.
What an absolutely amazing find and a perfect climax to our exploration of this abandoned resort.
Getting up close with the spinning cobra here in the middle of Borneo.
I'm gonna be looking for stumps, old rotten logs, flat rocks, things that we can flip that might conceal some of the creatures that we're trying to find.
Let's make our way down here to this creek.
Nothing. Let's go over here. Oh. Really thought that when that started to move, that was gonna be a home run.
All right, so we're making our way deeper into the rainforest here at Kinabalu.
Ooh, big earthworm.
Whoa! That's a monster.
Hefty. It is not squishy at all. It is really like super tough. Here, Andrew, feel that.
Whoa!
It's getting slimy.
Whoa!
Isn't that crazy?
Super slimy. Oh no!
This worm just took up. Oh, look at this grub. Ugh, even better. Check out that bad boy. Oh yeah.
Oh!
Oh gosh. Thanks, buddy. All right. I think we're done with this grub.
This was one gross log.
Yeah. Let's keep going. I know the Trilobite beetle is out here. We've just got to find it. If you're ever out flipping in any environment, whether it's rocks, logs, leaves, whatever it might be, always be considerate and try to replace the environment just how you found it. Bunch of stuff there, major roots. Oh my goodness. Guys, look at the size of that millipede. Hang on, let me see if I can get it. Now some of these can emit a really nasty odor, so I don't want to spook it. Let me see if I can get it crawling on my hand. Look at the length of that millipede. Probably approaching 5 inches in length. And millipedes, of course, get their name because of all those legs. Millipede means 1,000 feet. Borneo is actually home to the longest millipede in the world. Now, I don't need to worry about this millipede biting me. The only thing you really need to worry about when it comes to millipedes are their toxicity. Some of them are poisonous, but they do feel really strange. Feeling all those little legs grip onto my fingers and crawl across. Andrew, stick your hand out real quick. I wanna show you what this is like. Let's put it on your finger. Don't worry, it won't bite. There you go. What's that like?
Whoa! That's crazy feeling.
They have amazing grip. And they use that grip to climb up and over logs and terrain out here in the rainforest. Well, that's a good start to our adventures here in Borneo. Let's go find something truly unique. Come on. All right. So far, so weird. We're finding all kinds of cool stuff. This environment is perfect for a trilobite beetle. They love tropical forests just like this, with tall tree canopies that allow very little light to reach the ground. Ow! Nothing. No trilobite beetles yet. I really thought we'd see one by now. Covering a ton of ground. Probably hiked at least 4 miles already. Oh man, look at this snag. Oh, here we go. Another kind of millipede. This one's even cooler than the last one. What you're looking at is an armored millipede. They're called armored millipedes because you can see the segments of its body have these pronounced ridges, making it look like body armor. This is something that you could imagine seeing in the time of the dinosaurs. It looks like a living fossil. And here's something really cool about these armored millipedes. Let me show you. If there's ever a situation where this millipede feels threatened, look at what it'll do. It rolls itself into a tight little ball, and you can see how all those armored plates that are really rigid can protect the soft underbelly. Starting to must. Smell that. Actually, it doesn't smell that bad.
Whoa, it smells sweet.
Right? Like cherries. I'm not kidding, guys. This millipede smells like those red cherries that come
in the syrup. What are they, maraschino?
Maraschino cherries.
Maraschino cherries.
That's exactly what it smells like.
I can't believe that. I expected it to smell like musty and foul, but it actually smells kind of good. If anybody knows, tell us in the comments why this millipede is putting off an odor that makes it smell like cherries. So weird, but so cool at the same time. All right, guys, well, I would say this adventure is heating up. Every creature we're finding is getting more and more bizarre. Let's put this armored millipede back and keep heading down trail. Sometimes when you're flipping, you forget to just look. So I try to always make a rule of like 3 flips, observe. Oh, wow. Got a bit of a break in the canopy here. A lot of light. Oh, look at that hole. Bet something lives in there. Whoa, look at this log snag. Oh! Guys, I got something right there. Here, can you throw this in my backpack real quick? I'm gonna need both hands. Put your cameras right there. We got a Trilobite beetle. Hang on. Nobody move. Got it. Got it. Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. We got one. Huh. Yes. Dude. Oh. Trilobite beetle, baby. Woo! Oh man, I am pumped. If you guys are wondering, and if you can't tell, this never gets old. Finding a new creature for the first time, this is why I do what I do. This is what I love about making videos on Brave Wilderness, discovering creatures like the Trilobite beetle. Wow, I feel like a little kid again, guys. Okay, first of all, it is a beetle. I know it looks a lot like the millipedes that we found earlier on this adventure, but it is not a millipede. And it gets its name because it looks like a trilobite, which of course trilobites have been extinct for hundreds of millions of years, and we only know them by their fossil remains at this point.
Now, I've actually dug up trilobite fossils in Utah before that were over 500 million years old, and I have to say, those fossils really do look like the trilobite beetle that you see here today, especially those upper body segments.
This is nearly a living version of an animal that looks like something super prehistoric. Right away, first glance, you're thinking millipede. Then you see how it slinks its body along, and you're like, man, is that some kind of worm? Is that some kind of larva? It kind of looks like a hellgrammite like we've seen along the streams in North America, but it's definitely not. And then you go to the tip of the head there and you see that tiny little head with its beady little eyes and its 2 little antennas sticking out. Look at its abdomen, guys. It almost moves around like a little inchworm. It has like a little foot at the back of its tail and just beep, inches along. As it's crawling around, of course I feel the little tiny legs making contact with my skin, but I'm also getting this like wet sensation. And I've noticed, if I flip it upside down, that little foot. Yeah, that little pad right there, it's wet. I can feel it slinking across. And I don't know if it's like laying down a track of pheromone or what, but it's cold and it's moist and it's weird. It's very weird. And they're very rigid. It's got a cool feel. Andrew, you gotta try it.
Whoa.
See what you think.
Whoa, it's like she has a suit of armor on.
Totally, and it is armored. That is a defense mechanism because look at how slow she moves. This is not a fast creature, so it's gonna rely upon that armor to ward off predators. Also, the aposematic coloration. I'm gonna guess that this insect has a pretty foul taste. And what's even weirder than its appearance is how different it is from its male counterpart. Let's take a look
at the male version of this Trilobite beetle right here. What? Are you kidding me? And here's the thing, guys. Scientists were puzzled by this for over 200 years. When this creature was first discovered, they could not figure out what the male of the Trilobite beetle looked like. In fact, it wasn't until the 1980s that a scientist actually followed around one Trilobite beetle for days and days and days, and it saw them mate. That was the only way scientists were able to find out the male version of this species, because the female is just so unique. And not anything against the male version of this insect. Cool looking beetle, right? But nothing is gonna top the cool factor of this female Trilobite beetle. And this is probably gonna go down as one of the strangest creatures I will ever get to present to you on Brave Wilderness. The Trilobite beetle. Yes! I hope you guys enjoyed this one as much as I did. I'm Mark Vins. Be brave. Stay wild. We'll see you on the next adventure. All right, let's go. Whoop. Let's go put this beetle right back where we found it.
Now, I've seen a lot of bizarre and nightmarish looking creatures before. I've been bitten by bloodworms, burned by a fireworm, and even stung by the infamous man-o-war. But nothing makes my skin crawl quite like the bobbit worm. These elusive predators have built up a serious reputation over the years and even inspired monsters in movies like the ones in Dune and Tremors, both featuring killer sandworms that live underground that burst through the desert sand with their powerful jaws to attack and kill their prey. Those worms are science fiction. The bobbit worm you are about to see feed in the night is very real. Now, at this point in the dive, I had no idea I was going to find any bobbit worms, but these are the events as they unfolded, leading to that very moment. What we have here is a school of catfish. They use a very interesting schooling technique where they actually cascade over each other like a waterfall. They do this to take turns so they can stop and feed, but there's always another catfish to replace the front line. Grouping together like this helps ward off predators and makes the school of catfish appear like a much larger fish. All right, time to move on. Oh wow, look at that. I have never seen one of these nudibranch before. This one is actually called a bubble shell. It gets its name because of that shell right there at the center of its body. Now, these shells are different to the ones on a typical snail. They are thin, fragile, and too small to fit the entire animal inside. But it is absolutely stunning in coloration. Look at those bright blue edges. It almost glows out here in the darkness. Very cool. On night dives like this, you really never know what you're going to find. It's a very alien-like environment, and when you're out here in the muck, it almost appears like the lunar surface. And here is another really bizarre and unique creature. This is a cuttlefish. Related to the octopus, these sea creatures are super intelligent. In fact, some scientists believe they're more intelligent than their 8-armed cousins. Let's carefully swim up for a closer look. What's really unique about these creatures at first sight is how they change their coloration almost instantaneously. Oh, look at this, it's moving into hunt. Oh, it almost got that fish. That fish was so lucky. Oh. The cuttlefish is turning right toward me. Look at that coloration change. Now, some scientists believe not only did they change their coloration as a camouflage technique, but they can actually communicate through the change in color and pattern in their skin. I wonder if it's trying to tell me something. Clearly it knows that I'm no longer a threat. It's hanging out. Let me just put my hand out right.
Guys, this is too cool. This cuttlefish is so comfortable with us that it's letting me almost use my hand as a perch. Now make no mistake, these cuttlefish are super fast and it could swim away in a split second if it wanted to. And it's likely just as curious about me as I am about it. Holy cow. I'm almost at a loss for words. All right, let's grab our dive rig and keep adventuring into the night. Wow. That's a pair of moray eels. This is one of the animals that divers need to be especially careful around because they are super territorial and they also have razor sharp teeth. If you stick your hand in the wrong place down here, you can take a pretty aggressive chomp from one of these large eels. And the biggest problem is once they bite, they don't let go. They can even spin into a death roll similar to a crocodile. We're gonna leave those two alone and keep moving forward. Now that is a porcupine fish, and a super colorful one at that. A lot of the porcupine fish that I'm used to seeing are more brown and gray in coloration. This one is more of a reddish maroon. And oh, I found something so cool. Guys, check this out. This is a bobtail squid. I've always wanted to see one of these. Now these bobtail squid really look like a little octopus because of their super long tentacles. They're almost the in-between between a cuttlefish and an octopus. But these bobtail squid are also super intelligent and extremely charismatic. It's trying to bury itself beneath the sand to hide away from our cameras. I see you. Look at it using its little arms to cover itself with sand and sediment to try to blend in. You can still see its little siphon is uncovered there. Wow. Whoa. Look out for those. Those are scorpion fish, and they are venomous. Related to the stonefish, these scorpion fish have venomous spines on the dorsal and pectoral fins. And if you accidentally brush into them, they can give you a really nasty sting. I know all too well just how it feels because I once took a sting from the scorpion fish
And I've tested
myself.
the sting of a man-o-war. Ah, man, that one nailed me.
What is that? That's a bobbit worm. Oh my gosh. We gotta get in for a closer look. Those mandibles, look at those jaws, they are huge. If that's not a sci-fi monster, I don't know what is. And look at its skin. It's iridescent. It almost has a rainbow shimmer to it.
and you could see its serrated jaws open and ready to clasp onto any would-be victim that crosses its path. And do you see those little antennae right by the jaws? Those are sensory organs, sensing the chemicals and vibrations in the water so it can detect prey and launch out for an attack. And with a body length of up to 10 feet, there's a lot more to this worm than meets the eye. And using all that friction that it has from that long burrow, it possesses incredible strength and can take down large fish as prey in a split second. Let's see if we can get the bobbit worm to snap its jaws for the cameras. Whoa! Oh my goodness. Wow. Now not only are those jaws serrated, but the bristles along its body are actually venomous. And the bobbit worm uses them as a defense mechanism. So it's not just the jaws you have to worry about. Oh no! The little porcupine fish followed us over. It must be attracted to the dive lights. That porcupine fish is very lucky to have escaped the bobbit worm. But that was pretty interesting to see it use its defense mechanism to puff up like that and to be successful with it. Whew, that got my heart racing. Let's wait here for a second to see if this bobbit worm can find any other prey. Look who showed up. The scorpion fish has come in to take a look. I wonder if the scorpion fish thinks this bobbit worm could be food. It certainly is creeping in really slow. Let's hang here for a second to see what happens. I cannot believe what we just saw. I think we're going to need to see that one more time, but this time we're going to slow it down.
can really see how the bobbit worm inspired the movies Dune and Tremors. Look at the sand bubbling. I can only imagine what's happening down there below the surface. That might be the most disturbing thing I have ever seen on any dive I've ever been on. Wow. Scientists are still uncovering the mysteries of this notorious creature.
Welcome to the Sonoran Desert, one of the harshest environments in the continental United States. This terrain has become a staple for brave wilderness. From the Gila monsters to the tarantula hawks, even the plants are out for blood. In fact, that's exactly why we're here. Ah, yes, here we go. The jumping cholla in all its glory. Now, there are over 30 different species of this segmented cacti that inhabit North and South America, and they all have different names. This one, I could tell right away, is none other than the teddy bear cholla. But I will warn you, this plant is definitely not soft and cuddly, so you don't want to give it a hug if you're out here in the Sonoran Desert. Now, if you take a closer look at those spines, you'll notice that they are pointing in nearly every direction, almost like some kind of geometric nightmare. Oh, but it gets worse. On every single spine is a characteristic called glochidia, which are small bristles with backward-facing barbs. This microscopic feature makes the cholla difficult to remove once it is adhered to any surface or unlucky passerby. Now, I know what you're thinking. Are these plants just plain evil, or is there a method to their madness? Well, as it turns out, each and every single segment of this plant is a potential seed for the next offspring. They've adopted what's called vegetative reproduction. But what's with this name jumping cholla? Their name is a bit of a myth. It comes from the idea that the plants actually have the ability to jump at their would-be victims. However, that's not the case. But what they can do is fall. So a good gust of wind or vibrations in the ground can cause the segments to fall, especially in the dry season. And at this point, I want to show you guys the methods to remove a cholla plant from your body. But let's be honest, you've seen this before. Yeah. Today, it's my turn. And in order to show you the right ways to remove a cholla, I'm gonna need to get myself good and spiked up. So the team and I have decided to create the ultimate cholla challenge, also called the sharpest maze in the world. And if you look right behind me here, you'll notice there's a lot of cholla. In fact, not just cholla, there's all kinds of spiky, nightmarish plants. These are things you would never, ever want to walk through. But here's the deal. If you were to go all the way to the end of the maze, over 100 yards, you would find a table. What's on this table, you might ask? Well, it just so happens to be my favorite dessert of all time. The delicious, the scrumptious, the completely irresistible red velvet cake. And this one just so happens to be made from my favorite bakery in Los Angeles, Baker's Lane. So, trust me, I really want to have that dessert in the desert. But here's the deal, in order to get it, I need to make my way through this maze in under 2 minutes. And the kicker is, I've got to do it while being blindfolded.
Actually, Mark, I thought the blindfold might be a little too easy to see through.
Huh?
So I got you these blacked out goggles instead. I'll take that bandana from you.
I could work with this, okay. I really want that cake. All right, folks, here it goes. If you've ever wanted to see a human pincushion, stick around for the next few minutes. This is about to get crazy.
Alrighty, folks. Looks like we got ourselves a good old-fashioned desert showdown. No sense poking around. Let's get right to it. 2 minutes on the clock. Let's give him some spins for good luck. And he's off.
That, man.
Straight.
To your right, to your right.
Good, good. To your left, Mark, to your left.
Ah! Oh, God. Straight?
Yep, straight ahead. Oh, watch out for that one by your leg.
Ah! Ah!
Back up just a little bit and then go straight.
Ah!
There you go.
Oh, I can't see a thing.
There we go. We got a little bit of a clearing
Time
here.
check, time check.
You got about 1:30.
Ah!
Oh,
Ah!
watch your shins.
Ah! Which way? Oh!
Oh, man. Back up, back up, back up.
Oh!
Oh.
Oh!
Oh. Okay, Mark, we gotta keep going. To your right, to your
You're
right.
right?
To your right.
What is that? That's not another one, is it?
No.
Ah!
Straight ahead.
Ah!
Yep, side step. Step with your left leg forward. Yeah, just go straight, Mark. Just go straight.
Oh my gosh, how far am I?
Halfway through, Mark. Come on. Don't get too close to those. Keep shuffling.
God.
There you go.
My leg's seizing up, man.
Well, we're in between two very sharp plants. So what we need to do, yep,
Ah!
you just turned yourself perfect.
Okay.
Go forward. There's a bush right below you, though. Step over that with your left leg. There you go.
Am I doing the right thing? I can't.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to feel for bushes with my feet.
Shuffle. There you go.
Am I close?
You're close. We got about 30 seconds, though. We got to make it.
I'm like terrified to finish this, Corey. Help me.
All right, this part's tight.
Ah! Dude, I'm stuck. I'm freaking stuck.
Ooh, he's gonna feel that one for a while. Let's slow that down real nice like and see an instant replay.
Okay, you just have to move forward.
Ah! 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 Ah!
You're right there. It's right in front of you.
Oh, I feel the table. Ah! Got the cake. Yes! Victory!
Oh, dude, you made it with like 2 seconds to spare.
All right. I need you guys to remove the goggles because I'm like, I can't move right now. Corey, I'm gonna need your help. How bad is it? How bad is it?
It's bad, dude.
Oh! Oh my goodness.
Was it worth it, man?
Let
Take
me
a bite.
Let me see.
You made it this far.
Oh. Oh, it makes it better. That certainly makes it better. Oh yeah, that's good cake. Okay. We gotta get these out. All right, I really need the stuff off the back. Ah! Ah! Ah!
I'm just gonna keep going, man. Ready?
Okay. Ah! Oh!
Heartaches, heartbreaks, heartbroken.
All right, keep going, man.
Had you ever thought of starting over? Starting
2, 3.
from the bottom again.
Yep, that was the worst one. Tell you guys what, I'm so happy I wore a cup. Okay, so here we go. Now, as you can see, I only have the choya left that are on the front side of my body. And this is the point of the video where I would like to attempt to show you how, if this happens to you, hopefully it doesn't, but if it does, how to properly remove these choya with the least amount of pain possible. The number one thing you want to avoid doing, this is like rule number one with choya, you never, ever, under any circumstances, try to remove choya with your hands. Even if you have gloves on, as you can see, these things go through boots, they go through fabric. So don't use your hands, you want to use a tool. Now, what tool should you use? Well, I'm glad you asked. Corey, my comb, please. Thank you, sir. No, I'm just kidding. It's not for my hair, but one of the best tools for removing the choya is a large tooth comb, just like this. Work the teeth under the spines until you grab the choya. You could kind of see I've got the fruit pulling up now. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Whew. Okay, that's one. Oh, this one's gonna hurt. Oh, yeah! Yes! Yes, sir, that hurts. Okay, so the comb, it does the trick. But let's be honest, if you're out here hiking the Sonoran Desert, pretty good chance you don't have a large tooth comb in your kit. But what you might have is something like this. The Brave Wilderness team never leaves home without a good multi-tool, and I highly recommend you do the same. So you want to open 2 points of contact, just like the comb, wiggle it in there. See how I have good purchase? Ah, that hurts. 1, 2, 3. Ga! Ga! Velvet cake, velvet cake, velvet cake. Okay, I think I need to get this one off. This is a good opportunity for me to show you yet another technique. Corey, sticks please. Thank you, sir. Now, if you can't find any sticks, just look harder, because you definitely don't want to use your hands, like I said before. What you want to do is take the sticks, work them underneath, get purchase, and then same as the other ones. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah, just like that. But I gotta be honest with you, I much prefer the multi-tool, so I'm going back. Okay, this is gonna be a good one. And the final, cholla. I hope you've enjoyed learning about the Sonoran Desert and all of its spiky inhabitants and how to remove the pesky cholla should you ever have an encounter of your own. I'm Mark Vins. Be brave, stay wild. We'll see you on the next challenge. Ready, guys? 1, 2, 3. Ah!
Oh yes, that cake was worth every single spine. And speaking of our spiky little friends that joined me on today's adventure, we actually did them a big favor by helping these cholla complete their journey across the desert. Grow strong, little ones. And if you enjoyed this challenge, make sure to head over to the Mark Vins channel and check out my experiment to prove, once and for all, who is the spikiest cactus in the West.
Ow!
I'm just gonna say it right now, it only gets spikier from here.
All right, guys, right now, I am in the jungles of Borneo on the hunt for an assassin. This is a super creepy, crawly insect that both flies and bites. And if I'm able to catch one today, I'm going to take a bite for myself to put it on the bite sting index. But there's a little catch. In addition to the pain I will experience from this bite, there's something a lot more dangerous than meets the eye. And as I'm going through it, I'm going to describe to you why you never want to be bitten by an assassin bug. We're gonna start flipping logs. We're gonna be looking on the leaves, looking on the ground, looking everywhere throughout this really dense jungle environment. There's all kinds of creepy crawlies in this rainforest. Let's search this whole area, guys. This looks really good. The assassin bug we're looking for is either gonna be orange, yellow, or red, any of which are gonna be pretty easy to pick out of this environment because we have a lot of greens and a lot of browns. The colorful pop of these bugs is not something that blends in very well out here in Borneo, but there's a reason why these bugs don't care. We'll talk about that once we find one. This is a cloud forest, and the air is thin. It makes hiking a little more challenging than we're used to. Nothing. Got one. Right here. Right here. Get the stick. Now it could fly. Guys, if it flies, I'm gonna spring into action, but I wanna see if you can get a shot of it. You see it on that stick? There it is. We got a red one. Red assassin bug. Andrew, can you hand me a jar? Sure. Thank you. See if I can scoop it up before it flies away. All right, I'm gonna put this down. You guys ready? We're ready, Mark. Got it. Got an assassin bug. A bright red one too. All right, it's game on. Oh man, I can see its dagger-like mouth already. Let's go set up the bite table. It's go time. Oh buddy, we got a big one today. I'm ready. At least as ready as I'm gonna be. Okay, the bite
that I'm about to endure from this assassin bug, this fire red insect, is not only gonna be something that really hurts, but is also a bite that's definitely going to send me to the hospital. You heard me right. After the shoot, I'm gonna have to seek medical attention for what I'm about to do. Before I tell you why, let's take a closer look at what I'm up against. Okay, here we go. Perhaps the first thing that we notice looking at this assassin bug is its coloration. Bright red, speckled with a black polka dot pattern, and then of course that easily identifiable elongated head with the proboscis sticking out of the face. And that appendage, it's what's going to inflict the pain in today's bite test. Before I tell you about why this insect is so dangerous, let's get a closer look at it so we can appreciate just how unusual this assassin bug is. Now it can fly, so we gotta keep an eye on it. But hopefully it just sits right there. This has gotta be one of the most aposematic looking insects. Ooh, almost flew away there. This has gotta be one of the most aposematic looking insects you could ever see. Oh. I got it. Right there on that leaf. Okay. Oh no. Got it. Oh. That was close. Almost got away. That was very close to ending this bite test way too soon. Woo! Got my heart racing from that sprint, guys. Okay, well, let's, I'm gonna hold it in the forceps for the rest of the presentation. How about that?
That works, Mark.
The assassin bugs here in Borneo can fly, and most assassin bugs can fly. And they range in sizes from very small insects that are called kissing bugs to very large. The largest assassin bug is called a wheel bug, and we have those in the United States. But they are not anywhere near as colorful as this one. There it is in a defensive position. Attack mode, ready for battle. Let's talk about why the bite from an assassin bug hurts so bad and why they bite in the first place. It's an assassin, it's a predator. It is out there actively hunting other insects and invertebrates to eat. And the way that it incapacitates and kills its prey is by injecting with that long proboscis a digestive saliva. You can actually see a bead of it at the end of that proboscis right now. That is a digestive enzyme that when enters the body of a victim will dissolve it, and then it will use the proboscis like a straw to slurp up its insides. Oh, yeah. Okay, now let's talk about why this is such a dangerous bite for me to be taking. Some assassin bugs can spread a deadly disease called Chagas. Chagas is a condition caused by parasites mainly found in the Americas, but has recently spread to both Asia and Australia. The reason Chagas is so deadly is because once infected, it typically goes unnoticed for many years until it silently leads to major health problems, including heart failure. The main reason I have not yet ranked assassin bug bites is because of the risk of this silent killer. But out here in Asia, it's safe enough to test this dreadful bite because the chances of me misidentifying the kissing bugs that spread it are almost zero because they do not live here. All that said, I could still get other nasty parasites from this bite, so I will be taking a full parasite blood test when I return to the United States, just to make sure I didn't catch a killer bug by accident. And on top of all of that, I have heard and read that the bite from these Bornean assassin bugs is extremely painful. So handling this insect can not only land you in a world of pain, it can land you in the hospital getting a blood test to make sure you don't get an incurable disease. And with that, I think it's time to rate the bite of the Bornean assassin bug. You guys ready?
We are, Mark. Are you sure you want to go through with this?
Not really, not really. But
but enough people have been wanting to know about assassin bugs in the comments. I am willing to take a bite from this one to describe the pain and to officially rate it on our BSI. I'm gonna rank this bite, like always, on 3 different factors: intimidation, pain, and aftermath. All right, guys. I think I'm as ready as I'm ever gonna be. It's time to go flesh to proboscis with the Bornean assassin bug. Got cameras ready?
We're ready, Mark.
I'm gonna do it right here on 3. Oh, this is like stabbing yourself with a bug. I don't know why, but it's a lot easier mentally to get stung by a wasp or a bee. They kind of do the work for you. This is like I'm looking at that dagger-like mouth part and I'm literally having to pop it into my own skin. I really don't like needles. Man. All right, ready? I'm Mark Benz, and I'm about to enter the bite zone with the assassin bug. On 3, 1, 2, 3. Ah! Dang it! Wow! I don't know if I got a good bite though. I gotta go again. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ah, it's biting me. Yep, it's biting me. Ah, it's in. Oh, yeah. Ah, yeah, it's getting me. Oh, yeah. Ah! Oh! Woo! Oh, yeah, that got me. Okay. Yeah, that hurts. Oh, wow. Wow, that is instant fire. Yeah. That is like a hot poker going into your skin. Yeah. Okay. Wow. And yeah, it just keeps burning. I can feel it. I can feel venom. I can feel the venom doing damage under my skin. It feels so weird. It's just like simmering under the skin. It almost feels like the blood is boiling around the bite. That was so weird. I've never had a more instant pain from what looked to be a gentle touch. Did you guys see the proboscis? It just kind of like went out like an elephant's trunk. It went like whoop, and then touched my skin almost like a feather. It didn't like spear down like I expected. It touched the skin with the softest landing. I didn't think it was even gonna bite at first, and then I felt something from its mouth go under the skin. I don't know if you saw it. When I was pulling it out, you could see its tongue. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Oh, dang it. It got me. And it doesn't look like much, but it sure hurts. Holy smokes. Okay, guys, well, let's roll the rating on the Bornean assassin bug. Oh. On intimidation, this assassin bug is a standout. With its bright red colors and size, it scores much higher than other assassins you will find. On top of that, they do fly and bite without warning, making them a bug of most concern that you want to avoid at all costs. For that, it's a 7.8 out of 10. On pain, the pop of searing sting was quickly followed by intense burning and welts. It was very much like a hot poker that went in without warning, a sensation that I will never forget and really ranks it up the ladder. So for that, I give it an 8.1 out of 10. For aftermath, the swelling did flare up a lot after the bite, but in the days to follow, it turned into a more typical looking mosquito bite welt. However, this bite, of course, came with the big risk of parasites, and the anxiety of that alone
bumps the score up significantly. And then there's the blood test results, which I was very nervous to get, but once I had them, they luckily came back completely negative. So while a positive test would have easily made the aftermath a 10, this time I got away with a 7.3, giving this bright red assassin bug a total BSI score of a 7.7. Out here, every step counts. The terrain is brutal and the stakes are real. That's why I created Summit Adventure Fuel, to help power my way through any situation. With pro-grade electrolytes, clean sugar-free ingredients, and flavors that hit hard, Summit keeps me going when the wild pushes back. And unlike other electrolyte drinks that are sugar-free, Summit actually tastes good. And Summit is now the official drink of Brave Wilderness. So hydrate like an explorer and fuel your adventures all the way to the summit. Let's get there. Right now, I am on an island in the middle of the Mediterranean Sea to learn how to fly underwater. On one of those. Wow! Look at that. Woo! Archie. That was sick. Let me introduce you to Archie O'Brien. He is an inventor and he is changing the way that people explore underwater. Archie, I have so many questions, but the first two are, how fast can I learn how to do that? And when can I get in the water?
Well, Mark, the good news is you're going to learn pretty fast. But first, let's show you your jetpack.
All right. Wow. Oh my goodness. Archie, what am I looking at right here?
This here is the world's first underwater jetpack.
I am so excited to get in the water and do what we just saw you doing, but tell us how this happened. You invented this.
That's right. So about 7 years ago, I was freediving in Koh Tao in Thailand, and I like speed, so I thought this would be a lot cooler if I could do it really fast. So once I got back to England, I sketched out some ideas and was looking to see if I can fit this much power into a unit that fits on your back.
Explain to us exactly how this operates.
Since we're on the table, I'm going to lay this one down. As that comes up, that's off, as simple as that. And then the harness, that provides a lot of the buoyancy to the user. So this will keep you balanced in the water when you're resting in between dives. The mounts here, top and bottom, is where the jetpack clip into. And that allows you, when you move your body, even the slightest movements, that you'll change direction. So the movement through the water is super intuitive. The power is all in here.
Let's take a look at the power unit. This is, guys, check this out. Look, it has jets.
Two jets.
Two jets.
The water comes in here and then it gets fired out the back, and that's what allows you to move through the water. It's a flying feeling. Your brain very quickly forgets that you have this, and you just feel like a superhuman.
And I'm assuming this is how we operate the jet.
Yeah, this is the controller. It's super simple, so once you're in, all you do is squeeze. That works in the same way if you ever played Scalextrics, the little cars that go around the track.
Sure.
It's a very, very similar concept to that, so it's super intuitive, and it's something you forget about really, really quick once you're actually in.
Okay, now that we know the basics of the underwater jetpack, it's time to get it in the water. All right, guys, the time has come and we have made it to my training ground. Now, what you see behind me is a protected cove and it has a white sand bottom, so it is the perfect environment for me to try out these underwater jetpacks. Now, Archie and the guys are bringing down the equipment right now. We're gonna put our harnesses on, put the packs on, and get out into the water to see if I can actually do this. Now you'll notice we're not using any air tanks. These underwater jetpacks are for free diving only, which allows you to move at higher speeds and is much more maneuverable than a scuba dive. Here we go. All right, guys, let's go flying underwater. Archie gets under the water using a technique called duck diving. This move is the foundation for all possibilities while using the underwater jetpack. But before I can maneuver like Archie, I have to get the hang of using the throttle. Whoa. Wow. First trial run on an underwater jetpack surface test. Went the wrong way.
you've got the hang of the throttle control now, so okay, really the next thing we got to do is just get you in and under.
After only a few minutes in the water, Archie was already showing me how to do the duck dive.
What we want to do is get our arms out a little bit. We want to lean forward and then head down, bum up, squeeze the throttle. Now, if you feel like you're going too deep, too quickly, let go of the throttle a bit and pull up.
Okay, got it.
It took a few tries to get the hang of it.
Okay, I try that again.
But when I finally did, it felt like I was instantly flying underwater.
Whoa, it is like so much different than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Wow, like cruising.
Yeah, absolutely.
I felt like a torpedo.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, should we go back?
Yeah.
All right.
My first impression at the surface was just how powerful the jetpack was. It moved my body around with ease, and it was obvious that it could go much faster.
That was unbelievable! It's hard to put into words what I just experienced, but I'm going to try. It is a rush. You get underwater and you immediately feel like you're a rocket. It's like being a fighter jet. I've never experienced speed like this underwater. To say I was flying underwater is exactly how it feels. You're like Superman. This is definitely the closest I've ever been to feeling like a real life superhero, and I can only imagine the adventures these jetpacks are gonna take me on moving forward. And with that, we're gonna go back and charge up our batteries so we can head out into the water again, but this time we're raising the stakes so we can see what these jetpacks can really do.
All right, here we go, guys. Dive site number 2. It's time to take it up a notch. Let's see if I can get the jetpack out there and do some awesome maneuvers. Here we go.
On this dive, we'll be exploring a rockier environment filled with a maze of seagrass. The goal is to navigate this deeper water where Archie can show me some advanced moves. But first we have to get there. Perhaps one of the hardest urges to fight when I was first going down with the jetpack was to maneuver my arms and legs. Instinctively, you want to kick and you want to use your hands to move around. But with the jetpack's power, you don't need to move your hands or feet at all. You just need to hold your breath and move your core around and point the jetpack in the right direction. It does the rest. As I got more confident, it became easier to hold my breath, allowing me to stay down longer and travel much further on a single gulp of air. I was also starting to feel like I had complete control of where I was flying, so I started trying some advanced maneuvers, knowing that the floating vest would bring me right to the surface if any of the moves didn't work out.
I tried to learn like the bank feel.
Yeah.
Where it's like trying to force it to go one way doesn't work. And like the subtlety, like angling your body, you just go that direction.
Unlike the sandy bottom of the training ground, the contour of all the seagrass and the rocks made a fun obstacle course to maneuver around. My goal was to try to get to some of the maneuvers that I was seeing Archie do. But after a few more pointers, I was finally able to pull off that instant flip underwater. I even got in my first barrel roll.
was awesome. Once I really got the hang of the maneuvers, Archie and I could fly right next to each other like two fighter jets moving through the sky, except of course we were about 20 feet under the water. Archie, man, that was unreal. I cannot believe how much fun I had out there with these underwater jetpacks. Thank you.
You're more than welcome, Mark. Great to see you today, learning in the shallows and now coming out into the seagrass. It was really something quite special.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for us in Corsica. This has been one of my favorite adventures of all time. The CudaJet underwater jetpack completely exceeded all of my expectations, and I cannot wait to get back out there to see what else I can do with this amazing technology.
If you enjoyed that episode, make sure to search for the Brave Wilderness channel on YouTube so you can join me and the crew on our upcoming adventures.